house. Today I wanted to teach you about the artist Pablo Picasso and his art Mon Fleur, or Bouquet of Peace. Pardon my French, by the way. I'm not fluent by any means, but anyways. So this is a lesson from our virtual third graders, and we are going to draw kind of an abstract bouquet of flowers. And I thought the timing was good because Mother's Day is only a couple weeks away, and this would be a fun present to give to somebody you love, mother, grandmother, whoever it is, someone acts like your mother. You can give it to them and show them appreciation in your love. So we'll be drawing some hands and flowers, and notice it's not too complicated. This is a very simple painting. I'll talk about it as we move along. So I've got some paper. I'm going to draw with markers, but I want you guys and girls to draw with a pencil, okay? I'm using these. You could use crazy art, permanent markers, whatever you have on hand. And the first thing we're going to draw are the hands. Notice the hands are kind of gripped around this bouquet. So if you need to, you could look at your hands for reference and see how they're shaped, see how your arm is shaped, and things like that. So like I said, my paper is vertical. It's up and down. And that doesn't video well, but I think it looks better on the paper to do it vertical. Then you have plenty of room for your stems and your flowers. So start close to the bottom and draw two lines for your arm and your wrist. It's like this part right here. Okay, now draw a little kind of shark fin for your thumb. We can't see the whole thumb because it's wrapped around. And I was reading that this painting or this drawing is not necessarily two hands, the owner's two hands holding, but maybe someone passing flowers to someone else as a symbolism, as a symbol of goodwill and peace. So the next thing we want to do is come up a little bit. Not too thick because you don't want your hand to look giant. And then bump. How many fingers do we have? We have 4 plus a thumb, 5. So we're going to go bump, 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 bump. And then come back to your arm. So Picasso drew this in honor of a peace demonstration in Stockholm, Sweden in July 1958. The lithograph he did says that it was 4/21/58. So maybe the Stockholm peace thing happened in April, and then he did this to commemorate the event in July. I need to read more about it, honestly. All right, so we've got this hand. We need to draw a few lines for some fingers. And there's our first hand. Now, can we really see all of our fingernails and stuff? I think Picasso drew some fingernails on his, but you don't have to. So Picasso is famous for doing the Cubism movement. And then later on, he decided to do more kind of childlike pictures. So this is where we're getting our influence from, his kind of childlike art. Now, I've got this other hand that's coming in, so I'm going to do a diagonal line, a slanted line. And I'm stopping at these fingers. I want to keep this stuff lined up. Come in again, stop at the same spot. And also I need my fingers wrapped around over here. So I'm going to do a little bump, 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 bump for those 4 fingers wrapped around, fingertips, and then another bump, 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 lined up with the last bump. It's kind of like a little caterpillar, doesn't it? Some fingernails, I should use, and some lines between the fingers. That's my hand wrapped around. And to do kind of this part of the hand, curve up. To do this bottom part of the hand, we'll do a little curve. Gonna do a little thumb. And I'm going to pull it up and attach it here. Do a little thumbnail. So 2 very childlike hands. Does not have to be perfect. It is okay. So, I want to do some stems. Again, I hope you're drawing this with a pencil. If you're drawing with markers, that's fine. But I just don't want you to get frustrated if you can't erase. These stems are just coming down. Trying to line them up. I mean, it didn't have to be perfect, but there's our stems. Now we have lots of room to draw some pretty blooms. His were very plain. The petals weren't even attached. He used primary colors mostly. He did use some purple. I don't think I've noticed any orange in his. You can use whatever colors you want. You could draw your flowers however you want. I'm going to start with the middles. Don't put all these middles so close together. Maybe let's just do one middle at a time so we don't run into each other. So I drew an oval. You could draw a circle. You can make these smaller. You can make them bigger. Then I'll do my petals. You can make your petals connected. You can make your petals like Picasso did. It's up to you. I can tell you how to do both, I guess. We'll go up, around, and down. Up, around, and down. And just keep going. We're gonna run into our stems. Ew, I didn't think about that. Oh well. You can color those in. If you don't have markers, just use crayons. Moms and grandmas and whoever appreciate whatever you make them. You could write a little message on this after you get done. Don't forget to sign your name. It's good to date your artwork too, and that way you can look back and see how old you were when you made it. So just because you don't have money to buy a present doesn't mean you can't give somebody something. Let's see, I think I'll do, I don't know, a yellow middle next. Now this flower is pretty big. You could fill up your whole paper with flowers. Let's see, maybe red petals. Or you could just do those simple kind of Picasso petals. Whatever you do, I would probably do the same thing. I don't know. It might look more uniform, have more unity if you do all the same kind of petals. It might look good too, or you can mix it up. Maybe do a pattern. Now I noticed his were just kind of floating. They didn't have a stem attached, but if that bothers you and you want to attach a stem, you could always attach a stem. Or if you want to do a leaf, you could always do a leaf. It's up to you. A leaf is just kind of like a football shape. A curve and a curve. Do you have to do a leaf? No. This is your art. I'm just kind of showing you how you could do it. What other color should we use? I'm kind of limited. I need to switch to my other box of markers. I think I'm going to do mine more colorful than I did in the first picture. So here's a pink middle. Maybe with some light blue petals. Ooh, I like that combo. Now in Picasso's drawing, he kind of just did the outline of his hands, or these people's hands. He didn't color it in. He just did a black outline. You could color yours in if you want. Which color should I use? About. Let's see what this peachy color does. You can make roses or tulips or lilies or whatever kind of flower you want. Or you can just keep it simple and do these daisy type flowers. I feel like I have lots of yellowish, orangish colored metals, don't I? Alright, I think that's enough flowers. I'm gonna add some more green kind of sprouting out. Oh, that's a lighter green. Let's incorporate that in our bouquet. And I realize we have a lot of stems as opposed to a lot of flowers. But I noticed that's how Picasso's looks too. The stems are not like a direct correlation to the number of flowers you should have. So it's okay to have a thick bouquet of stems and not so many flowers. If you want to fit more flowers into yours, you can. Don't forget to sign your art or write a nice message. Picasso just wrote, I think Picasso and then the date. And he underlined it. Today is April 15th. But when you're watching this, it will be close to Mother's Day. So anyways, there you go. There's your beautiful, colorful mon au fleur that you can give somebody that you love. I had fun making art with you today. I hope that you had fun too, and I can't wait to teach you some more. Talk to y'all later.